are Locked On Hurricanes, your daily podcast on the Carolina Hurricanes. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hopefully we'll get a prompt this time. And that's about to start recording. The Carolina Hurricanes are up in New Jersey this afternoon, taking on the New Devils for what will be two times in less than a week. What do the Hurricanes need to do to come away with the win today? Find out in today's episode of Locked On Hurricanes. Folks, I am your host, Jared Ellis, and listening to Locked On Hurricanes on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. As always, follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at LO_Hurricanes. Myself on Twitter at Jared Ellis _96. Rate the show 5 stars on whatever streaming platform you're listening on. and subscribe on YouTube. And of course, you for making Locked On Hurricanes your first listen of the day. Now, the Carolina Hurricanes are in New Jersey this afternoon with a matinee game, 12:30 p.m. They haven't had one of these in quite some time, and which is a really weird start time as well. And, and this is going to be something that I think will be interesting to watch. Not in the fact that, you know, a lot of fans, may only have been up for a little while, considering it's a Saturday or anything like that. But like Hurricanes haven't had a game like this in quite a while. And while it may not seem like much, that can kind of throw off the routine a little bit. They're kind of used for these 7, 8 o'clock games, and they have their routines that they go through throughout the day, and from when they wake up, breakfast, going to the arena, yada yada yada, all that stuff, and now they can't do any of that today, and so it'll be interesting to think, not only for the Hurricanes, but Devils as well, because they're playing in this game as well. That'd be something interesting to watch, because their routines are going to be thrown off for the day. And with this game, I think that the Hurricanes mentioned it in the previous episode, but the Hurricanes need to continue to build off the positives they had in their previous 2 wins against Winnipeg and Arizona, because I think that's going to be big for them to continue to gain momentum heading into the playoffs, and, and continue to build off these positive play. They have goals in 3 straight games now. Let's continue that, and, and you have 5 players with 20 plus goals this season. We talked about that in the last episode. Let's continue that. Let's see those guys add more total. The defense is getting better. It obviously was never awful, but it gotten kind of lax and loose, and it needs to tighten up. And it definitely still does, but now we're kind of able to come away with wins. You look at that college game, that was very sloppy and not playing like themselves in that game, and they need to continue to tighten up. You look at that second period against Arizona, like, yeah, there are a bunch of goals, but Hurricane did not have Coyotes to get that close and make it a game. So you look at that, and then in the last game against Winnipeg, of being down 2-0 for almost 2 whole periods, up until the last 30 seconds of that second period when Tavo his power play goal. So that's going to be big, as well as not getting out to slow starts. That's something that has plagued this team one as of late. And then just through bits of the season, you look at the beginning of the season, that was kind of an issue there. Yeah, they won was it 9 or 10 straight, but and almost games are coming from behind, and yes, you're not playing a playoff team. you're playing a team today that has nothing to lose. They're just here to spoil the Hurricanes playoff positioning at this point. Yeah, you can only finish as low as second in the Metro, but they're just kind of here to ruin the Hurricanes' good time at this point. Again, you look at Detroit, you look at Buffalo, very much akin to those teams right now where they got nothing left to play for, and they're just going to be here to ruin the Hurricanes' day. That's it at this point. So the Hurricanes need to be aware, which I think they will be, because they've fallen victims of that twice within the past month. So I think that they won't fall victim to that, but I also think they still need to be on their A game and not be like they were in Buffalo, where they just bring their A game. If you remember, said that they didn't play their best, that much out of their opponent, and they got more than they bargained for. So the Hurricanes need to be aware of that, and in this game, Hamilton is projected to be playing for Jersey, and we know how good Dougie can be, and I think that is going to be one where, very, very much like Alex Nedeljkovic, James Reimer, and Brock McGinn, and all these other former Hurricanes that we've played as of late, they know how this team plays. They know the ins and outs and whatnot of this team, and how to get the better. Obviously, goalie is one thing. They know how such is. They kind of know their habits, I guess you would say. But you look at Doug on the defensive side of things, his partner that he was always Jacob Slavin, he's gonna know how Jacob plays really well. He's gonna know how Sebastian Aho, Tavo Teravainen, Andrei Svechnikov, Vincent Trocheck, Jordan Stahl, Stephen Lawrence, all these guys that he played with. He's gonna know how to shut those guys down. Give it. Our guys will know how to get the better of Dougie as well. It goes both ways, but that's something to look out for because Dougie was a vital part of this team and a core piece for a reason. He wasn't, a guy that was just filling a roster spot. No, he was a key piece of this team while he was here. So, yeah, he's gonna play a big role, I feel, in New Jersey's game today. I've kind of in their team meetings and whatnot. He's. I mean, he wears a letter on his jersey for a reason. But in those meetings and whatnot, when they're prepping for this game, whenever they're watching, say, Sebastian Aho with a breakaway, he might pipe up and be like, if you do this, that, and the other, you can probably get the better of them there, and stuff like that. He really knows how these guys play.